if you're watching this, thank you so much for tuning back in. This is Tika, the Cosmic Witch here. I am so sorry that this video has taken so long to get out. So if you are up to date on all the videos, again, I want to say thank you so much, and I show major gratitude to you for continuing to tune in into my channel and into my business, into my page, and staying connected with the Cosmic Coven. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the feedback, all the comments, all the likes, all the love. I appreciate it. I do read all of them, and I try to get back to all of you guys. So thank you so much for your patience with me. I was traveling, so this video is going to be hopefully not super long, but it is going to include your midweek intuitive message, and as well I'm going to be discussing the first quarter moon that is coming up tomorrow in September on the 5th, which will be in Sagittarius. So I'm going to be talking a little bit more about the aspects, of course, but like my other video, I will be going strictly intuitive with my cards and with my guides right now to deliver your message. So if this message does resonate with you, please comment and like and tag your friends maybe who might need this message. If this does resonate with you, tell me how. Like, how has your week been so far? How the things that I'm talking about right now, have they come up ready for you? What are you going through? Let me know. I love to connect with you guys, so really let me know. So if you do see me looking down, it's because I will be shuffling my cards, and I am also just looking quickly at the chart below here so that I can make sure that I'm not missing any of the details that I do want to share with you, okay? So a couple of the things I want to discuss first was the fact that the moon is going to be in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, if you're watching, hello. I hope you guys are doing well. You guys are so much fun and we love you. So the first quarter moon of this month will be in Sagittarius. And so the Sagittarius energy allows us to really think about, you know, all the things to do with the 9th house. So really philosophy, wisdom, expanded more than just knowledge, okay? And our life purpose, our path, are we following that path? And if not, what can we do to ensure that we are? And it also reminds us to look at the bigger picture of things rather than the nitty-gritty details that judgmental Virgo, no shade Virgos, would want us to do. Virgos like to, you know, look deeply at everything and ensure that everything is perfect and aligned accordingly, and everything has a meaning, which is not a bad thing. I'm not saying it is, but they can be very, very, very critical. The energy can be very critical around us when we're in the Virgo sun. So having the moon in Sagittarius will be interesting because it's really allowing us to kind of step back from our very critical, very judgmental, very uptight energy that we're kind of having right now, where we're kind of questioning everyone's worth to us and, you know, if they're really bringing anything to us right now. So it'll be nice, like a nice little break. But the aspects right now throughout the week have been very, very, very low key, very, very quiet, very don't move and don't do anything type of energy. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit, and I will finally deliver the final message with the cards to see what the cards have to say, to see if they're picking up on the cosmos. My cards tend to always pick up on the cosmos despite what I say. I don't even have to check the charts usually. The cards are just aligned that way. I actually right now have a client who, if you're watching, hi, who ordered the personal astro forecast, and every day when I was pulling the cards for her, the cards were perfectly aligned with what was happening up above. And so as we say, as above, so below, as within, so without. That is something I truly believe in, and yeah, the cards will always show that. So of course now when I'm trying to film this video, I'm getting super chatty with you guys, and you're probably thinking, Martika, please just be quiet and tell me all the goods. I'm getting there. I'm trying to kill time because I am shuffling the cards right now to make sure that I'm delivering a message that is going to be quick and received well. So anyway, as I'm shuffling, I will now get into the actual aspects. So the first thing I want to mention is the fact that moon is going to be square to Mercury. And so Mercury, of course, as we know, is naturally ruled by Virgo and has to do with our overall communication, you know, written and spoken, and our thought process in that communication. And so with it being square to the moon, which will be in Sagittarius, we might see some conflict here in regards to what we're thinking and what we are seeing and what we are manifesting. So Brujas, Brujos, if you are watching, tomorrow, this week right now is not really the best time to be manifesting any sort of magic in regards to prosperity magic, because there is a square with the moon and Jupiter, and there are other aspects of Jupiter that have also been square and have been square for this entire week. For the last 7 days that I've been looking at the charts, Jupiter's been square to many planets and things, so it's really not the time to be doing any manifestation work. It's really just observing time and really just improving what you have right now, not trying to look for more. Okay, now Jupiter also is going to be square to the Sun and Mercury and Venus. So like I just said, the moon is currently going to be in Sagittarius, which is naturally ruled by Jupiter, but Jupiter itself is actually also square to the Sun, Mercury, and Venus. So again, we're getting this double conflict energy of the things that we might be looking bigger at and optimistically at. So that being said, what things of yourself are you kind of just brushing off to the side and thinking, oh, you know what, it's fun, I'll just deal with that later. Like, no, it's okay. What people in your life are you creating excuses for? How many people this week have you created excuses for and said, oh, that's just how they are? How many people or things have you felt really attracted to this week? Because again, Jupiter is squared to Venus. Venus is all about our attraction, abundance, and harmony. So the things that you were attracted to, what do they say about you? What are they really saying about you? Are they really for your greater good? And if so, what do those things look like? Okay, and with the square to Jupiter, those things could be really optimistic, they could be really positive things, but they could also just be things that you just assume or just believe in your gut are going to be really positive because you're being so optimistic, and it could turn out to actually backfire in your face. So really ask yourself, when it comes to your thought process, when it comes to your communication skills, how much of your communication skills this week are you just, nonchalant, dismissing things, or are you actually thinking clearly? Are you attracting things that are clearly going to uplift you to the higher self of yourself that you were trying to become more aligned to? And what are those things? And I also forgot to mention, that Jupiter is also square to Mars. So again, our actions, we could be moving into action where we are moving forward with things that really don't serve us well, but because we think that it's glitter, it means gold, we're trying to go for it. And we really shouldn't be doing that, because as I always say, just because it's glitter don't mean it's gold, and that is facts. Okay, now Saturn also is trine to the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. And this aspect has been going on for the last few days as well. And so with this energy, I'm really seeing us, trines are always a positive thing. Trines are not conflict-wise, they're really positive. So with the trine with Saturn, with our personal planets, we're really starting to look at our commitment of things and how committed are we to these things. And again, what do these things really say about us? Are we committing ourselves to things that are really going to serve our greater good? Or are they just things that are feeding our ego that really aren't going to help us in the long run? Okay, so what are the things that are you attracted to, and are you fully committed to them? And if you are kind of committed, then ask yourself why that is. Okay, Saturn, again, naturally ruled by Capricorn. So the Capricorns who are watching, hi Caps, you might be feeling this a lot more, where you feel like there's this pull of control and this pull of, okay, I want to do this, but I'm not sure I want to do this. Okay, but I think I want to do this, but I'm not sure I want to do this. So if you're watching, if you're a Capricorn, or if you're any sign, it doesn't matter where you fall in the charts, if you've been feeling this like topsy-turvy, like, oh, I'm not sure, but I might do it. Oh, I'm not sure, but I might do it. You probably shouldn't do it, because you're so hesitant already. That is a sign right there. Okay, so on top of that, Uranus trines the Sun, Mercury, Mars, and Saturn. And so Uranus's energy, which is in Taurus right now, is allowing us to remind ourselves that yes, change is important, and yes, we should be focusing our energy on things that really serve us in the greater good. But again, that Taurus energy ruled by Venus is asking us again, does this need to happen right now, this change? Taurus energy is very slow. Uranus, yes, naturally ruled by Aquarius, is supposed to bring in that fast, quick change. But with the trine of Uranus and Saturn, and the next one I'm going to mention is going to be Pluto, we're being asked that, with all this like push and pull energy, we really should be staying put. And with the energy of Taurus being there, when Uranus trying to all of our personal planets as well, it's reminding us to take our time while we are going through these changes. Not everything you are being received right now has to be given a yes to. Know who you know and know who you know. And there's a difference there, okay? And I've talked about this already on my Instagram. If you guys follow me, I've already discussed the idea of having to say yes to everything. And it's so hard for us as people who work with energy, or people who are really trying to manifest their presence, their future, their present into a physical being. It can be really hard for us to not say yes to everything, especially when it's something that we have been manifesting. And then you're all probably asking me, well, Tika, if it's something that I'm manifesting, well, why on earth would I say no to it? Well, again, how do you really feel about it in this right moment? Are you just saying yes to it because it's available to you? Or do you really feel like it's being brought to you exactly the way you imagined it? When you manifested this thing, how did it appear to you in your mind? How did it appear to you in your heart? How did it really appear to you? How did it feel to you? Because what you're being attracted to right now, I'm not saying again that it's not something positive, but it could be a very temporary fire that burns out quickly, okay? We want long, stable things being brought into our lives, not just things that just come quickly and then burn out quickly, okay? So again, with the trine to Uranus in Taurus, I'm really seeing that, yes, there are a lot of us who are getting these opportunities that we might be looking for, but again, is it really serving our greater good? Okay, now Pluto is trine to the Sun, Mercury, Mars, and Venus as well. And Pluto is in Capricorn. So Pluto, as we know, was naturally ruled by Scorpio. So with the trine to our personal planets as well, with Pluto, again, there's this tug of war because it is in the sign of Capricorn. And as I mentioned before, Saturn is also trine to our personal planets with Uranus as well and Pluto. So all this heavy, heavy, heavy earth energy around us. We've got Capricorn and Taurus right now telling us, Capricorn saying, you know, power, control, take power of everything, you know, handle it in your own way. But Taurus is saying, no. Handle it, yes, but take your time handling it. It does not need to be handled right now. We are not Olivia Pope. It does not need to be handled right now. It'll come through you. Again, if it was meant to be, it will come through you properly the way it was meant to be given to you and delivered to you, okay? And the fact that you are doubting yourself or doubting or asking yourselves these what ifs about, you know, well, I'm not sure if this is right, I don't know, then you probably should just hold back. And don't feel bad for saying no to things. It's okay to say no to things. It's okay to say no to people. Okay, so there's that too. So right now, with the energy of Pluto, I'm seeing that a lot of us are looking to, again, restart, refresh our routines, and really trying to find that perfect like middle ground where we feel like we kind of found our groove and we want to kind of float there for a while. And because it is the first quarter moon, that is exactly what we should be doing right now anyway. Now, Neptune is opposition to the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Mars, and it is also square to the Moon and Saturn. So with the opposition, there's this need for balance, and there's a need for balance of reality and our actions and the things that are physically coming to us. Okay, so with the Jupiter squares and with all this Neptune energy in terms of the oppositions can also bring conflict. So again, illusion is still in the air. This illusion and fantasies and, you know, oh my gosh, like this is so great. The rose gold glasses are still on. Everything feels great. Love light, everything's beautiful. Okay, great. But how realistic are you being? How realistic are these things that are being brought into your life? Do they actually connect with what it is you are manifesting? Do they actually align completely to what it is you are manifesting? Ask yourself those questions, okay? With Neptune square to the Moon and Saturn, again, we're being given this conflict of control and power over our situations, and with our emotions, the Moon, of course, in Sagittarius. So Neptune is all Pisces energy, which is all positive and everything like that, and the Moon in Sagittarius is the same thing, but with a square, with the square to the Moon to Neptune, there's this conflict of is it real or is it not real? I don't even know the difference. And so there's a lot of like, what energy going on right now, and that's okay. But what we really need to do right now is really just take it all back, observe what's being brought to us, say thank you, show gratitude to the universe for even giving us these opportunities. But then once that's done, really meditate and contemplate. What are these opportunities? Do they really, really, really align to what it is you are trying to manifest? And if it does, what are you afraid of if you were to wait to say yes? What are you afraid of missing out on? What are you worried about? Why are you trying to rush to this end goal? Whatever you manifested during this new moon in Virgo, I can guarantee you right now, I'm not saying it's not going to manifest that quickly, but I can guarantee you right now with the cosmos energy and what I'm about to pull from the cards, it's not the time, okay? So if there are any job opportunities or traveling opportunities or even just contracts that are asking to be signed right now, I highly recommend that you wait until Neptune's energy of oppositions and the squares of Jupiter are out of the picture so that you know for sure that this thing that's being brought to you at this time is not going to fall flat on its face or burn out really quickly. Okay, so I'm going to start going to the cards now and seeing what the cards have to say, see what my guides have to say, see what your guides have to say, what the ancestors have to say for us for the first quarter moon. So I am changing up what cards I'm using. So first I'm pulling the cards from the Moonology Oracle deck. So the first cards we have, wow, this is really funny, is the full moon in Sagittarius. I'm telling you, Spirit always listens. So looking at the bigger picture, yes. So look at the bigger picture. What does that really mean? Looking fully at the situation, okay? The situation that's being brought to you. How does it really look when you take a step back? Because in Virgo season, we're all like this. But how does it look when we take a step back? What does it really look like when you take a full step back? Does it still look the same to you? Okay, and then we also have the North Node card, which is telling us to step out of our comfort zone. So for those empaths, hello. If you're watching, Libras, if you're watching, Geminis, Aquarius, if you're watching, air signs, if you're watching, water signs, if you're watching, everybody who has those signs in their moon or rising signs, we tend to say yes to everything, and we really should not. So step out of your comfort zone and start putting your foot down and saying no. Okay, we get comfortable in saying yes to everything, and it's really a bad, low vibrating behavior to have. It's time to put our foot down and start remembering what our self-worth is and saying no to things that we feel like we need to. Okay, now the last one, the last card I pulled, I knew I was gonna pull this card again, is the full moon in Pisces. So balance between spirituality and practicality. So again, the balance and need for fantasy versus actions versus physical manifestations coming into the 3D realm. What are those three things? How do they position themselves and how are they fully balanced? And where is the imbalance and how can you overcome that? Now the last few cards I have are the Nine of Pentacles, the Death card, the Four of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Three of Wands. So, okay, this is a lot of cards. I know I pulled a lot of cards, but I felt like it was necessary, and I do what I feel is necessary because I follow my intuition. So, okay, with these cards fully being pulled now, what I am really seeing and going to solidify in my message is, yes, with the trine of Pluto, there is going to be some sort of like death or rebirth that is going to come through for some of you. And that could be the death of a relationship. It could be the death of a situationship. It could be the death of a friendship, a career change, a job change, hobby change. Something is going to completely end. It could also be the death of a lower vibrating self of you. You stepping out of your comfort zone could really be the death that's coming through and you fully stepping into that. And I believe that with that, there is going to be, you know, positive changes. Yes, I'm seeing the Nine of Pentacles, and I'm also seeing the Two of Pentacles, which again helps us with this idea of balance being needed for us to have that, you know, proper manifestations coming through for us that benefit us in the long run, that are not going to burn out quickly. Okay, so how can you make these things happen for you, and what stability do you really have, and where is the, what is missing? What is missing for you? Now, some of you, I'm seeing the Three of Wands come up, which is all about, you know, seeing that clear vision. And so again, that clear vision, what does that vision look like? How realistic is it? Are you looking at the bigger picture? Are you putting yourself out there, or are you just standing within your comfort zone and not doing anything? Now, for some of you, I'm seeing the Four of Wands come up too. So this could be, again, a celebration. It could be a wedding anniversary. It could be the anniversary of something, a death anniversary, birthday anniversary, wedding anniversary, divorce anniversary, whatever you're celebrating this week. If it's your birthday, happy slow return to you guys. So there could be things that come up as the form of a celebration. It could be something that comes in the form of a gift. Okay, so something really very, very, very tantalizing to you could come in the form of a beautiful wrapped gift, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait. And then you open it, it's a box. And when you open that box, it's another box. And you open another box, it's another box, and so on and so on and so on. So what is that? What's inside that gift, and is it really going to, again, is it going to deliver what you want? Are you receiving what you really want? Now, with the Seven of Cups as well, it's not that there's illusions per se, but there is this need to connect with water, and this need to really pay attention to our intuition and really see things for what they truly are. Now, again, with the full moon in Pisces card, we're already seeing that, yes, which is great, but at the same time, like, what does that really look like for you, okay? Now, I'm also seeing the Seven of Cups. Yes, this means illusions and things are kind of topsy-turvy, which we already know with the Neptune energy. So all these cards, I really just want to pull these cards to really see how much they would align to the stars, of course, and as you can see, they are pretty aligned. So what I'm really seeing, again, as a quick recap, is balance is required between what we're seeing as a bigger picture and what we're looking at closely right now. We need to take a step back and look fully at what we're looking at. Sit down, gravitate yourself into your meditation practice, or whatever that practice is for you, to get yourself fully connected back to source and yourself, and meditate on this and ask yourself, is this really coming forth in the way that I needed to? Okay, now, as you know, the full moon that's coming up next is going to be the full moon in Pisces. So as more of this energy builds up more and more and more, we're going to be seeing more and more and more Neptune aspects continuing. So honestly, I think that until the full moon, where things start to fully show themselves completely to us, as the moon likes to do for us, it brings all the dark things into light. I would fully recommend to just not make any movements in regards to saying yes to things when you're really not sure. If you're feeling unsure, that's a sign. Take a step back, okay? If it's coming in the form of a present, is it glitter or is it gold? Which is it? If it's glitter, are you saying no and stepping out of your comfort zone, or are you settling for less and just saying yes to it because it's available to you? If you're saying no to things, how are you going to ensure that the death of this low vibrating behavior and karmic behavior that Pluto brings on is going to stop? What are you doing to change it? Are you going to keep repeating the same karmic behavior, or are you creating balance and stability between your success and your reality? Are you continuing with your meditation practice? Are you continuing with your spiritual practices? Because Spirit is saying that we need to continue doing that, and I also recommend that. Is it an illusion? Is it facts or is it false? What is it? And when we do that, yes, we will see abundance slowly come through, but again, we really need to just make sure that we know what we're saying yes to first, okay? So really take the time this first quarter moon to really analyze the work you've done so far, and ask yourself how it's aligned to your higher self, and ask yourself the things that are coming forward after the things you've manifested. How do the actions show in your movement, in your manifestations, in the week so far? How is it showing for you? Okay, what actions are you really taking, and how are they really showing themselves in the way that you want them to? Because if you're kind of sort of doing the things that you said you were going to do when you manifested your stuff with your intentions over the new moon in Virgo, then you're kind of sort of going to get the results that you want, which is basically what this energy is. It's kind of like, I mean, I could do this, but do I really want to do this? I don't really know. So if you're, again, feeling uncomfortable, not really sure what to say, don't say anything, okay? Now, if you choose to go forward with this and you choose to ignore the signs from spirit, choose to ignore the signs from your ancestors and the universe, then you will feel it in the end. So if you choose to ignore this message and you choose to kind of just do what you think is best, that's fine. Do whatever you want anyway. You're going to. But understand, this is a saying we say in Jamaica, who can't hear must feel. Meaning, if you don't listen, you're going to feel it later on. So just be very mindful of that, and as always, follow your intuition, follow that gut feeling. It's going to be more on point than anything. So yeah, and ensure that if you are brujo, and or light worker, energy worker, whatever you want to call yourself, if you do work with energy and you're working with people a lot like I do, really ensure that you are heavily protected with your charms, your crystals, your Florida water, whatever it is that you're using to help yourself, because the illusions are real, okay? I have my spirit quartz on, I have my evil eye on, which I never leave the house with. I've got my Amazonite there to keep my throat chakra in check. And I have my Labradorite too to really help with the energy. So whatever you guys have to do to keep yourselves aligned and moving forward and focused, do that. And any signs of red flags that you're seeing right now, don't just take them and say yes because you're just like, well, it's not that bad. No, it is that bad. It's that bad because it's making you second guess yourself. Aren't you tired of doing that? Tell me. Anyway, guys, so that's all I'm going to say for this video. Thank you so much again for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. If this video resonated with you, if the message resonated with you, again, tag your friends, tag your family, your coworkers, your lovers, whoever. Let them know that how you received this message. Tag them below. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any other updates. I will be posting some more updates coming up very soon. And yeah, so I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, and I will talk to you soon.